Dear children, welcome to biology online classes. So, we have studied various topics from how do organisms reproduce, and we have also seen the parts of male reproductive system in the previous class. As you know, this chapter is not coming for term 1 examination. Okay, after completing this chapter, I'll start the revision. So, before starting the new topic today, I would like to inform you that you all have to write the practical lab manual, and you also have to submit a portfolio, isn't it? And for portfolio, I'll be giving the topic any 5 disorders of human digestive system. So you will not have to draw the diagram, just you have to write any 5 diseases or disorders of digestive system. Okay, one paragraph is enough, and it should be coming inside or in the it should be covered in one sheet itself, so that you can insert that in the portfolio file that you are making. Understood? So the topic is the disorders, any 5 disorders of digestive system. And at the same time, you are also supposed to write the lab manual, practical lab manual, and in that 2 experiments you have to write. One is to make a temporary slide of leaf peel to show stomata. Okay, and one more is there, that is to prove that carbon dioxide is released during respiration. So these 2 experiments are there in your lab manual, that too you have to complete. Okay, and in that you will be writing the aim, materials required, principle or theory, procedure. Okay, then you will also have to write the observation and precautions. Okay, so this much, whatever is there, that all you should write. And the diagrams should be drawn in the blank page with all the labeling towards right side. Okay, so these 2 experiments you have to complete. So this is about the topic that I wanted to say for your means activities. Okay, so now can I continue in the other topic? The next topic is female reproductive system. Okay, so I'm going to continue this topic. So I hope for the portfolio topic and for the lab manual there won't be any confusion. So I'll be sending the a message in your class WhatsApp group also. Okay, whatever activity is there. Okay, so regarding that I'll be sending the message. So children will continue the next topic, that is female reproductive system. Okay, so we have seen the parts of male reproductive system and the functions of various parts we have seen in detail. So now we are going to study about the female reproductive system. So here is one diagram of female reproductive system. Here you can see this is the ovary. Okay, ovary is this. Then you can see a oviduct, an oviduct. Then you can see a uterus. Okay, uterus or womb we say it as, and cervix and vagina. So these are what the parts of female reproductive system. What are they? A pair of ovary. Okay, 2 ovaries are there. Then 2 oviducts are there, that is just in contact. They are not touching each other actually. They are placed near to the ovaries. Okay, and you can see from both the sides that will be attached to the uterus. Okay, and then you can see a cervix and then a vagina. So these are the parts of what? Female reproductive system. Let's see what are the functions of each of it. So the first one is what? Ovaries. So what are the functions of ovaries? Like testis. Testis is, what were the functions of testis? It produces the sperms and also the male hormones. So in the same way, here also the ovaries are responsible for the production of female germ cells, and we also call it as what? Eggs, isn't it? Egg or female gametes are produced inside the ovary, and they are also helpful in the production of, so I told the ovum or egg is produced inside it. Okay, so it will be collected by the fallopian tube. Understood? So fallopian tube's function is here only the fertilization occurs. Okay, the what is fertilization? Fusion of male and female gamete. That occurs where only? In the fallopian tube. What is the function of ovary? It helps in the production of egg or ovum, and also it produces various hormones. Okay, then what is the function of uterus? Uterus is the part of female reproductive system where the fertilized egg is implanted or it will be attached. Okay, and the full growth and development of the fetus takes place inside the womb. Understood? So when a girl is formed, okay, and then what? This is the narrow part of the uterus, and then the vagina that leads to the external, or it is near to the external genitalia. Okay, so when a girl is born, there may be, there are many thousands of immature eggs, and when a child attains puberty, one of this from any of this ovary in each month. Understood? That is, one egg is produced every month by one of the ovaries. Understood? Then what happened? The egg will be carried to the fallopian tube from the ovary, and then what happened? There only what happens? The fertilization occurs. Understood? So the sperms, from where it comes through the vaginal passage, okay, and they travel, okay, through the vaginal passages. The sperm will move, okay, and it passes through the uterus, and then it reaches to the fallopian tube. Okay, in the fallopian tube it reaches, and there only, when the egg reaches there in the fallopian tube, that occurs what? This release of ovum, that occurs only once in a month from any one of the ovaries. Okay, so there what happened? Fertilization occurs. Is it clear? Then what happened? The fertilized egg start its division, understood, and form a ball of cells or mass of cells, understood, and this embryo, okay, so that is known as embryo, and this embryo will be implanted in the lining of the uterus. So what is implantation? Okay, what is ovulation? The process of release of ovum from the ovaries is called what? Ovulation. Clear? So after ovulation, I told, the egg will be collected by the fallopian tube, and in the fallopian tube the egg will be there, and then what happened? The sperms that comes through the vagina, through the uterus to the what? To the fallopian tube. Okay, there, if egg is there, fertilization occurs, and the fertilized egg start its division there itself, means in the fallopian tube itself, and form a ball of cells or a mass of cells, and this mass of cells will get implanted. Implantation means what? The embedding, okay, the placing of the egg. Okay, what type of egg? Fertilized egg, or what you can say, the embryo, isn't it, into the lining of the uterus is called what? Implantation. So what is implantation? The embedding, the attachment of the what? the fertilized egg, or you can say embryo, isn't it? Because it started its division in the fallopian tube itself into the, okay, the lining of the uterus is called what? The implantation. Understood? So after implantation, what happens? They continue to grow, it continue to grow and start developing organs. Okay, different organs, and then we call it as what? Fetus. So difference between embryo and fetus is what? Embryo is consisting of a mass of cells only, isn't it? They start division and form a mass of cells or ball of cells, and then in that embryo, when organogenesis means organ formation happens, okay, we can call it as a fetus. Understood? And the mother's body is designed to undergo all this, or to take care of all these processes, isn't it? Like what? Child development. Understood? Then what? Breastfeeding. All this are well developed in the female's body or mother's body. Understood? Then the uterus prepares itself every month to receive the what? Fetus or embryo. Understood? So during this, what happened? The thickness of the lining of uterus increases, and it will get richly supplied with blood to nourish the growing embryo. Understood? So I told, if fertilization happens, what happened? I said already what happened. If fertilization occurred, you can see that the implantation takes place. Then the embryo will change into the fetus with all the organs. Understood? And the further development till birth takes place in the womb. And if fertilization does not happen, what happened? Actually, the uterus, they will get prepared to receive the embryo every month. Understood? By increasing the thickness of the lining of the uterus, and it will be richly supplied with blood. Understood? So this is happening every month, okay, to receive a new what? The embryo or the newly formed fertilized egg. Understood? Egg not actually in the form of embryo, it get implanted. So to receive this embryo every month, the uterus is getting ready by increasing the what? The thickness of the lining of the uterus, and also it will be supplied with what? Richly supplied with blood vessels. The embryo gets its nourishment from where? From mother's blood. Understood? With the help of a special kind of tissue called placenta. So it's a disc shaped structure, okay, which is embedded in the uterine wall. Understood? And it contains villi. Villi are what? Finger like projections on embryo side, okay, and also from the mother side. Understood? So placenta contains the tissues from both, from mothers and from the child or baby. Understood? Then mother side, they consist of what? Blood spaces, and which surrounds the villi. Villi are what? Finger like projections of what? The embryo. Understood? So this will be placed in some blood spaces of mother's body, and this provides large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from mothers to the embryo. So what is the function of placenta? Placenta helps to give nourishment. Understood? From mother's body to the baby's body. Understood? And this is done through what? A tissue called placenta. Understood? And this placenta consists of, I told what? The that structure, that this shaped structure consists of what all? The mother's part and the baby's part. Baby's part consists of what? The villi, finger like projections called villi, and this will be placed in mother side, okay, of blood spaces, And so what you have to understand, from baby side some finger like projections are there, that is placed in the what the mother's side of placenta, that consists of blood spaces. So what happens, easily the exchange of materials takes place, isn't it? So villi increases the surface area for glucose and oxygen exchange. Understood? Glucose oxygen's entry into the baby's body, and also it takes what the carbon dioxide produced from the baby to outside. Understood? So how placenta helps in what nourishing the baby, you understood now? Understood? And in addition to that, the developing baby also produces certain waste substances, right? So this also will be removed through placenta only. Understood? So like this, placenta helps in the exchange of material. It gives nourishment. It helps in the removal of carbon dioxide, and also the nitrogenous waste materials if they are there. Understood? So like this, waste materials produced by the body of the baby can be removed by the what the removed. It can be removed through the placenta. Understood? So placenta's functions you understood clearly, and this development of the child is taking place around 9 months. Okay, and after 9 months of complete development, the child will be born, isn't it? And this is due to the rhythmic contraction of the muscles in the uterus. Uterus muscles contract vigorously so that the baby will be expelled out. So this is known as what? The childbirth. Understood? Or labor. So about female reproductive system and its parts, its functions. Then I told you about the what the function of uterus is. What it is, the place of female reproductive system where the growth of the embryo takes place, isn't it? And then I told you about the placenta. Understood? The tissue which consists of both mother's part and the fetus part, and which is essential for the exchange of materials between the mother and the baby. So hope this much is very clear. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.